We need very little exercise to stay in good shape. We need about 150 minutes a week, or like roughly about 3 hours a week. So, Payal, I'm really happy to be meeting a woman finally who is happy with her weight. I don't get to do that every day.
I know. Actually, even in my line of work, I do a lot of brides, and they are the optimum when I meet them, and they're never happy with their weight.
Correct.
So this has been my constant struggle. Let me rephrase that. I'm happy. Does that mean I'm at my ideal weight? No, medically, I don't know what that is.
If you look at it medically, there is no such thing as an ideal weight. Just like there is no ideal husband or ideal outfit or ideal boss.
Totally, I agree.
There is no ideal weight. Even the Lancet Commission in, as recently as Jan 2025 came out with a guideline saying that the BMI and body weight is an imperfect clinical measure for assessing health. You need to look at people's exercise compliance, their waist to hip ratio, their overall fitness, agility, stamina to live their day-to-day life. That's the only way you can assess health. So I think if you can run a business of your own, put young women's vulnerabilities and insecurities at ease, and be a mom to 16-year-old, then you're great. You should be more than happy with your...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy with where I am. If I lose more weight to be healthier, great. If I don't, no problem. I'm not good at my workouts. I'm not good at my yoga. Means I'm talking about scheduling.
Yeah.
Like I'm traveling a lot. I work long hours. So I miss it. But you know what? I get back to it. And that's what I tell everybody. That you know what? Even if I miss a month of yoga, I call my yoga sensor, sir, can we start from Monday? And I come back to it. And I think that's what's helped me in the last 1 or 2 years.
No, that's very good. That's very good. We need very little exercise to stay in good shape. We need about 150 minutes a week, or like roughly about 3 hours a week.
Oh.
The thing in our head is that perfection is 3 hours a day, or at least 1 hour a day. Now, you can't possibly have 6 hours a week of exercise. Aana, jana, khana, pina, getting ready, add karo, to it's like 12 hours a week of dedicated to exercise, and have a business, and have a be a teenage mom and travel and do all of those things. And I met a very interesting woman who lives in my building. She's a mom to 2 teenage daughters. She's in her mid-late 40s and stuff. I was in the gym and I saw her after a long time. And I said, I'm seeing you after a long time. And she said, why? Because this is my season 2 of exercise. So she told me that she constantly thinks of exercise like a OTT show. She says she's had 1 season, then she will do whatever, travel. As women in 40s, we have many other responsibilities. And she says that, so there are some weeks where she won't, but then she starts season 2 and she starts season 3. And I thought that was such a
interesting.
Such a fresh and, encouraging outlook to one's exercise schedule. It's much better than saying 2 mahine se exercise nahi hua hai.
Yeah. I'm very active. So even though I don't work out or exercise regularly, multitasking is a very badly used word. But like if I'll be cleaning a drawer. Like I'll watch TV because it's mom guilt, right? It's like working mom guilt. I cannot be just watching television because it just doesn't seem justified. I've got hereditary and kind of lifestyle diabetes from that, phase. I had to get onto medication 2 years back because I was avoiding it for about 10 years. And that helped me regulate a little bit. But also they say for diabetes, walking is very good. Constantly trying to be like even after meals. So like I try to live in 10 minutes.
I just want to say one thing, that I think the main thing that women in their 40s, especially the ones who are like you, high achievers, lack or don't pay enough attention to rest and recovery. I think the main switch that we need to make in our heads is to decide that I shall not multitask.
Yeah.
If I'm going to watch TV, I am going to watch TV.
Yeah.
I'm not also going to make myself useful.
I actually have a question for you. So, I'm not a poster child for healthy eating. So I do my, I eat what I feel like eating.
Good.
Yeah. And like I said, listen to my body. But is there something like, if you've overeaten on a certain day and you've eaten my ghee and papad, that I should kind of cut out something the next day? Is there something you would recommend, or how would you?
I recommend never being guilty of the food that you eat. make a decision and eat it. And the best way to make sure that food always feels light in your stomach is to eat with an attitude of gratitude. When you're grateful for what's on your plate, it never turns into fat. It works like a good fuel. It reminds you, like, if it's ghee and papad, then it reminds you of the tradition or the heritage you come from, of your time with your cousins, which was full of laughter. It gives us a sense of joy, of nurture, of security. And we need that in our life.
Dal doesn't have enough protein.
It's like saying that just the top is not a complete dress. Our food has enough protein, but it needs to come to us in time-tested combinations, proportions, and the right portions. So dal has enough protein, but when you eat it with chawal and sabzi, you finish it with a glass of chas, which is what typically we do in India, or like a roti, sabzi, dal, then it's a complete protein. Khali dal khaoge to kuch bhi nahi milega.
Ah, interesting. Brown bread is healthier than white bread. I knew this one.
But it's more profitable. So if you want to make a business of bakery, then you sell brown bread, more expensive than white bread. Millet bread, even more expensive than brown bread. Millet bread with seeds, even more expensive. So we are now using fears and vulnerabilities of people for profits, but none of these things are healthy. And my favorite is kadak pav.
Nice. We have to hang out.
Yes, we must.
Start your day with fat, like ghee.
You start your day. Don't start your day with a particular nutrient. It is like having instructions which is start your day with fat, end your day with protein, is like coming out with instructions that say marry a fair girl or marry a rich boy. It's not going to work. You need to have name to the food that you're eating. So start your day with nuts, start your day with a fruit, yes. Finish your day with a glass of milk, haldi milk, yes. लेकिन खाने का नाम होना चाहिए, पहचान होना चाहिए. We have to recognize food for what it really is and not reduce it to a single nutrient.
Overnight oats are a time-saving breakfast option.
No. Even poha, upma, idli, dosa are time saving. It's just that no one sold those to you as time saving.